Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for tuning in to Mostly Candid with me, Pallavi. Well, today joining me in the studios is the Toronto-based singer-songwriter Achante. Well, she goes by saying Achante's music either moves you or makes you move. And well, there she is. Welcome to the show, Achante.
It's nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
What is the story behind this artist name that I took 10,000 years to get the correct pronunciation for?
I spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted to call myself. And I feel like I'm full of contradictions. And the word Ashanti as well means different things in different languages, which I loved. Because also I feel like a global soul, so it means like fierce and like warrior in Swahili, but then it's also like soft in other languages like Spanish, I think. Plus it has my name in it, which is a plus, because Chantal, Achante. So yeah, that's kind of
You are
where I
quite a
came
global
from.
kid, though. You live in 2 continents. You've been traveling on and off to Bombay.
I've been traveling my whole life, like 23 countries.
Yeah.
Because my mom was in Air India, so.
Wow. That's like a
You know.
bonus.
Yes, people thought I was rich. I was like, no, I just bunked with my mom.
Well, Mumbai is your birth city, right? But you're based out of Toronto. So which city has been favoring your music, if I may ask?
Interestingly, last I checked, Spotify Wrapped, India's on top, and Canada's 5. I have Brazil and Germany on top of them.
Wow.
And the USA as well. So.
Wow. That's something.
Yeah.
But congratulations on your debut EP. Well,
Thank
it's
you so
called
much.
Journey to the Center of the Heart. It's quite a beautiful amalgamation of the songs that you've put together in the EP. Talk to
Thank
us
you.
about that.
Honestly, since it was my first debut EP, I've just been working on music. I didn't really have a plan of what to put in it and what not. But
No plan A or plan B?
It just kind of organically flowed into that sequence, I think, because I think Crush on You is the oldest one that I wrote on that. I wrote it in Mexico at the end of the pandemic. And literally, Rickshaw Ride to Nowhere and Chini Kam both I wrote in Jaipur like a year ago. And then Grown Up Kids, every year I come to Bombay, I jam with Clyde, who you'll see soon.
Yeah.
And we just, in the night at his place, he'll play a beautiful riff, I'll sing on it. That's literally how that song happened. And then when I was thinking of putting a project together, like these ones just kind of told the same story. It was like Chini comes like, come into my home, have chai with me. And then Grown Up Kids is like, you're talking about your like inner child and like how it's so hard to be an adult now. But honestly, it's just simple if you go back to who you were as a kid.
Right. But being an adult isn't simple at all.
It's
If I
not.
can
It's
contradict
really
it.
not. Which is why that, like, surprisingly, that song is the most streamed song on the EP, even though it's like almost like a voice note.
Well, it's interesting how you're talking about all the songs, but not the one that I like. And I did tell you about it. I Am the Sun.
I Am the Sun is my most, it's the most intentional one. That one has a great music video.
Yeah, it's quite groovy. At the
Yeah.
same time, it pinches one of those unexplored thoughts in your head. I mean, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
I've loved what you've done with this song, and you have sort of spoken about the duality that exists within us. Could you like take us through that?
Sure. I think we as a species just like focus too much on the light and we don't give enough credence to the darkness. We kind of just shy away from everything that is like bad, quote unquote. And I think, we need to like really embrace all the parts of our personality, including your past, including your future, including your present. So that song just, that's what it really speaks about. Like, even the sun, if it was anywhere harsher or not as strong, we
quite
wouldn't have
harsh,
life on
honestly,
Earth. That's true. But yeah, I mean, I used to hate the sun in Bombay. Now I love it. Like the sun is my best
Because you
friend
don't
in
live
Canada.
here on a daily basis. But congratulations on that. It sounds really great. But to the ones who are listening to you on radio for the first time, could you just like take us through your background a little bit?
Sure. I'm a product of Bandra, Mumbai. Literally was on stage at the age of 3. So people ask me, when did I start? I was like, I didn't. My mom put me up there. And I was singing at the same time I was talking. But I've always been competing and singing and, the whole Catholic experience. I've been in choirs and all that. So that's kind of where I started.
Yeah.
That's why I really love a cappella and choral music. And then I grew up obviously listening to a lot of jazz and blues and like rock and roll and all of that.
We see a lot of R&B in your songs.
Yeah, well, R&B is actually taken, it's come on top now because of Canada.
Yeah.
Because Toronto is a big hip hop, rap, R&B city.
Yeah, the other day I was actually interviewing Tushar Shroff. He's like a budding artist from Canada, and even he's touching R&B. R&B has become what, the most trendy genre in music?
It's definitely up there. Like some of the best R&B artists in the world are from, Toronto.
Yeah.
And I do love the genre. So yeah, but I've also, as you can tell from this EP, I've been touching into my own roots now and going back to some of, the more Carnatic and the more like fusion sounds that I like.
You actually made me learn this new genre called neo soul. I didn't know about it. But what, you mix jazz with R&B
it's
and
kind of
electronica?
alternative, and I think soul makes sense to talk about that kind of music because it kind of talks about consciousness and like, it's not just like about love or heartbreak, but it's more expansive. And
Life.
Life is lifing in neo soul songs.
Yeah. So since you've been making music for quite some time now, I would like to ask you, what's your process, because you write your own songs as well, what's your process of writing down a song? Do you sort of like give dedicated time frames? Do you put deadlines to yourself? Or does it happen with a click of, let's say, a life experience, or you've taken a trip, you've been traveling and so many thoughts are like running in your head? What is it like?
It has 100% been inspired by something or someone. Like, I never sit down to write a song.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like I'm called to do it, and if I don't do it, like,
Really?
I'm just like, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so actually, I literally started writing the year that I left Mumbai, so obviously a lot of emotion. And in that 1 month span, I wrote like 4 songs. And then again, like after the pandemic is when I wrote Crush on You. So basically travel, heartbreak, breakthroughs, just expression, I guess.
Why would you decide to move from Bombay?
Why?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, do we have another 3 hours in this segment? Well, I always wanted to move abroad at some point because I've traveled so much. I love the culture. There's a lot of things in Toronto that I love. The music scene there is great, especially the grants. Like, just having the government invest in music and art is a pretty big thing. And now I'm like fully going to, explore that space. So,
do you get like hurdles with respect to releasing your music to streaming platforms and all of it?
I think most artists' hurdles is themselves. We just have so much in the vault and we don't put it out. But no, honestly, aside from that, it is hard for independent artists, obviously, if you're not, signed or you don't have a huge budget. Like, it is always hard to, like, because it's so competitive.
Right.
And, in fact, one of my songs, Rickshaw Ride to Nowhere, was taken down by Spotify.
Why is that?
Because it was added to a playlist, which I didn't do, but, like, there's, like, clamping down on bots now.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, it's already hard for indie artists, and then this stuff happens. So it's challenging. And now it's back up. So thankfully.
And then there's social media to screw everything up.
Oh, yeah.
What's your take on that? Do you sort of believe in having dedicated numbers to be able to prove that, okay, you're the singer who makes something, and then...
I don't, but I do the social media game. I like it. Like, that's my thing. I enjoy doing
But there's
social
no pressure
media.
to sort of...
But I really absolutely do not believe that that is, equates to good art. I've met some of the best artists who do not even have an Instagram profile. So
yeah. And then I've seen people singing on the gram with absolutely no tonality and then getting million plus views.
Yeah.
It's quite tricky out there. I do this thing with all my guests. I ask them your top 3 songs that you're listening to right now, so you have to tell it to our listeners without looking in your
Oh,
playlist.
God.
Because every time I put someone on spot, they just forget all the songs.
This always happens to
Dude,
me.
Anup Jain was here and he's like, I have no clue what you're asking me right now. He had to really bring his phone. But it happens. But I'll give you 3 seconds maybe.
Oh, man, I'm really bad at this. Okay.
I'll tell you my 3 songs. Okay, wait. First is Rust by Ben Boomer. Second, wow, I'm forgetting.
See?
Dude, it really happened.
I can't look at my Spotify.
Dude. Oh my god. No. There's this Danish singer I discovered the other day.
Okay.
His name is Christopher. There's a new movie out on Netflix. It's called A Beautiful Life, and it's on his story. So the soundtrack from that movie is really good. So that's second.
Okay.
And third is, I can just randomly take any song, you know. I can just say any song, but I'm just being honest right now.
Yeah, it's pressure. People are going to be like, this is what she listens to.
Yeah. I was listening to some French kiwi juice, yeah.
Okay, let me think.
Listen, this was your time to think.
Okay.
Now you have to.
Okay. Olivia Dean, Touching Toes is a new song of hers.
Okay.
I love her music.
Okay.
Lana Lubani is, she has a song called Nazareth. She's like Israeli artist.
Oh, wow.
Crazy drop, Arabic like vibes, but electronic. And then I would say Priya Raghu. I'm always listening to Priya Raghu.
Priya Raghu?
Yeah, like her
Okay.
whole Santosham album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. But I feel now it's time for me to request my guest to sing a couple of verses from her latest release, maybe?
I would love to. Hear my voice, know your worth, and then a text says, yeah, that's right, she a little pricey, so just ask nicely. I don't waste my energy on bad investments. You might think I'm selfish, but I just keep me happy. 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 I am the sun. I heal, I burn. I am the sun. Ooh, I heal, I burn. Ooh, I am the sun. I heal, I burn. I am the sun. I heal, I burn. I heal, I burn. I heal, I burn. Yeah. Sometimes I run so fast, I forget the past. Check the foundation. I was built to last. I am full of love from my feet up to my head. Siren in a time of spiritual warfare. Thank you very much. That was I Am the Sun by Achante, accompanied by Clyde.